Hey y'all, it's Ben again. It is day 5 of this project and also of more or less being under quarantine. So, hope everybody is feeling good, staying safe, staying sane, and I'm back to keep playing the harmonica badly with you guys. Hopefully, progressively a little less badly. So today, just for fun, we're gonna be playing on the D harp. So again, even though everything in my book is written for C, because the spacing of the intervals is the same, it should be no problem playing exactly the same on D. This is, if you're familiar with guitar, this is basically the equivalent of putting a capo on the second fret, and so playing your C major chord forms and actually playing in the key of D. Um, the key of D is the key of two sharps. So um, we have uh, 5 natural notes and 2 sharps. Those would be F sharp and C sharp. So D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So here is that D major scale. So I am definitely starting to get better at finding the holes and getting less air around the outsides. Although you'll still hear that that happened in a couple of places. That's on the harmonica, what we call a double stop, playing 2 notes at once. And sometimes you want that. It's one of the really cool distinctive sounds of the harmonica. But when playing the major scale, we probably don't. And part of the point of practicing is to be more precise and limit that. And I definitely think overall I'm getting better at that, although that was still far from perfect. Um, the other thing that I can start to feel myself getting better at is that slide from 6 to 7, which is on a draw on the way up and on a blow on the way down, is starting to feel more natural. The one where the draw and blow pattern gets reversed. Because remember, all of our other notes go blow, draw, and then you move up to a blow and a draw, and then you move up to a blow and a draw. But then that 6 to 7 is the pattern is reversed. So you actually stay on the same um, either draw going up or blow going down. You stay on the same breath direction for 2 notes in a row. It's just kind of a slide. And that was feeling really awkward for me at first. It's starting to feel more natural. So that's one of the things that you want to look for when learning to play any instrument, is trying to get those little idiosyncrasies of the instrument to start to feel more natural, more automatic. Because one really important thing about playing an instrument is that everything you do builds on the things you did before. And so the process of learning is the process of taking really simple things that you have to think about and repeating them to the point where you don't have to think about them, and then moving on to more complicated things. So at every point in your process, your um, your mental engagement with the instrument should be at whatever the most advanced level you're currently at is, and everything else should be on autopilot. All the other details of that should be on autopilot on the levels below. So that really carries over with any instrument, and that's one of the things that I really emphasize when I'm teaching any of the instruments that I teach. You know you're ready to move on to the next level of thinking about your instrument, if the thing you're working on right now is becoming automatic. So I'm not quite there yet with knowing where my notes are in the major scale, but I'm getting close. I'm getting close. So I'm going to try that one more time, just for practice. Cool. You can hear that one. I actually overshot that last note when I did the slide up from 6 to 7 on the way up. I overshot it to the next note above that. So that's another thing that we'll have to work on. Okay, so when last I left you before we did our little Theory Thursday segment, we were working on our first song, which was Mary Had a Little Lamb, which is generally a very easy song to play on most instruments. And just because of the way this one is set up, is actually a little bit more challenging because this instrument is set up in thirds, but still very much manageable. So we'll try playing through that. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, I'm still having some trouble with those consecutive blows and consecutive draws. So on da 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 da, where you're playing the same note 3 times in a row, because this instrument is made to follow human breath patterns of alternating blow and draw. So whenever you have to do one or the other multiple times in a row, it creates this. Uh, it, it's a challenge with the breathing, right? So I don't know if that's a question of lung capacity, whether I need to be doing breathing exercises, or whether it's a question of technique. Like maybe I'm spending too much breath on each blow. But that's one of the things that hopefully I'll start to build a little bit more confidence with. So let's try that one more time. Oh. Yeah, the easiest part of that song on this instrument is the part that's usually the most challenging, which is that jump by thirds, where you go up from E to G. Or I guess since I'm actually playing on a D harp, it's the jump from F sharp to A, which is a third, whereas all of the other intervals in the song are seconds, moving between adjacent notes in the scale. So normally, that's the challenging part, or the more challenging part of the song, is that skip there. But on the harmonica, it's one of the easier parts of the song because that is a simple slide uh, on blow breaths, right, from the blow E up to the G, or again, actually F sharp to A on this particular instrument. All right, I'm gonna try that one more time, and then I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll be back tomorrow. So here goes. Cool. See you guys tomorrow.